In Act 3, Scene 2, when Hamlet converses with Ophelia under the suspicious watch of Polonius and Claudius, Hamlet acts polite to her, until she tries to return a gift that he had given her. He denies ever giving it to her, but Ophelia further insists that he did, and that he knows it. She tells Hamlet that she cannot keep it because gifts are meaningless. When givers prove unkind, she says. Hamlet then badgers Ophelia by questioning whether she is honest and fair and claims that her beauty has corrupted her. He declares that he once loved her, only to take it back after her blunt reply, "Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so." Hamlet proceeds to criticize men as arrant knaves, who are not to be believed. He is talking out of experience, because he found out that his uncle, the king, killed his father, the former king, for him to take over the throne. He then interrupts himself to ask where her father is, which shows that he is aware or at least suspects that they are being watched, where she promptly lies, "At home, my lord." Hamlet continues to go on to curse her chastity or any future prospects of marriage, and to attack womankind with their makeup and flirtatious ways. Ophelia is now convinced that Hamlet is insane, and attempts to call on the heavens to help him. The conversation between Hamlet and Ophelia starts off with Ophelia reminding him of the past and the memories they had between them, as mentioned before. But it quickly escalated and became very intense as Hamlet asks her, "Are you honest?" meaning, will you lie to me? The sudden choice of words make it seem like there are two sides of this situation, and by asking that question, it seems like Hamlet is being indirect about something, and in this case, he is being indirect about knowing more than they think he does. Hamlet knows what the king, Polonius, Claudius, and Ophelia were up to. They assume that he is crazy, and because of the way he is acting, they describe it as being mad. By using the word sudden earlier, I mean suddenly Hamlet decided to ask Ophelia a question that is off topic, since they were talking about memories and about how they had feelings for each other, and unexpectedly moving on to talking about Ophelia's honesty. Moving on to diction. In this passage, I noticed that Hamlet answers with a sarcastic tone. For example, when Ophelia asked about how he is doing, he answers by saying, "I humbly thank you. Well, well, well," also using words like ha ha. These words set an evil attitude coming from Hamlet, as if he knows what were Ophelia's intentions and that he won't easily fall into her flirtatious ways. Hamlet uses his words wisely. When they talk about Hamlet's love towards her, he answers by saying, "You should not have believed me, for virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not." It is like he is, in some way, talking about his uncle. He asks her not to believe him, and in other words, he shouldn't have trusted his uncle and assumed the best of him. Throughout the whole play, Shakespeare uses a lot of comparisons, for example, describing how a woman should be. "Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow." In other words, clean as ice and as pure as snow. By the end of this passage, Hamlet looks down at Ophelia and says, "Get thee to a nunnery, why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners?" Basically, he describes Ophelia as two-faced because of the way she is acting. Hamlet uses the example of putting makeup on and how it has created a second face by saying, "God has given you one face and you make yourselves another." Acting this way assured Ophelia that he is insane and needed help from God. But on the other hand, I believe that Hamlet uses this behavior to distract them from realizing that he found out about the murder of his father. This passage consists of many issues, as it starts talking about memories, then moves on to question Ophelia's honesty, and ends with Hamlet suggesting that Ophelia should get herself into a nunnery. Personally, the passage made me realize how smart Hamlet is. He uses simple words that have a deep meaning, and neither do Ophelia or the men watching would catch on the deeper meaning of what he is trying to say.